Where we left off. Actually, no, that's a lie. We're going to be moving on to the Guesswork project and updating the Facebook SDK, the Facebook Unity SDK. So, I've not done this before, so I don't know what's involved. Okay, so we've got. I'm not sure which version we've currently got implemented. It could be 7.2.1. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to be upgrading to the Facebook SDK for Unity 7.3. Did I download? Here we go. Ah, I've already downloaded it once. Okay. So there's a Unity package already there. Let's have a quick look. See, my memory serves is that it requires a bit of configuration inside the editor. Okay. Make some notes. Okay. And name. I think there's anything specific. Ah, the URL scheme. Might need to add that. Yeah. Okay, well, for now I think we can just delete this. I tell you what, actually, before I do that, let me just branch. This branch can be called. Okay, let's delete this. Apologies for any sniffling, I've got a bit of a cold. So the reason we're upgrading the Facebook SDK is that currently it's not working in the mobile version, the iOS version of Cosplay. It's called Guesswork Heroes of Cosplay, the mobile game that we're currently working on. So a quick look. So I believe there's going to be some breaking changes here, which are outlined on the website. Oh, why does it keep doing that? It's so frustrating. Okay, so breaking changes. Location of the plugin files. There's an upgrade guide. Awesome. Okay, it doesn't sound like there's anything specific to do, other than the fact that the location of the files has changed. Let me just check which platform I'm currently set to run on. Switch that. Okay. So I've got all the examples out. I probably don't want all those, but we'll use an example potentially in a sec. Okay, name. Okay, that should spit out all the relevant files, and fingers crossed the errors will disappear. Okay, finished exporting Unity package. Okay, let's give this a quick go. This won't run locally, but it should provide us with a demo login. Or not. Okay. Why is that? There's an error coming from inside of the Facebook SDK. It's not even opening the files up. What was the name of the script? Null object reference. Okay, control 0 position. Okay, well, we don't know if that's fixed or not. So the best we can do at this stage is just do a build. And hope for the best. But once that's built, hold on. Once it builds, I'll be able to demo that, assuming it builds. So, copied. Plugins colliding with each other. Let me just check. I don't have a Facebook plugin somewhere else in my code. Don't think I do. No, plugins. No, I think we're good. Maybe I just need to rebuild rather than a pen. Why do I keep doing it? Still get the same issue. So the ShareKit framework is used from several locations. Assets / Facebook SDK / plugins. Okay, this could be due to my implementation, so let's have a look. So plugin FB SDK ShareKit framework is used from several locations. Plugins. Why is this going slow? Oh, excuse me. I'm on the lemon sips this evening. Okay. No one in the chat rooms. Okay. So assets Facebook SDK plugin. /iOS. What have we got here? ShareKit framework would be copied to the plugin path. And then /. Okay. And then assets plugins. iOS. There we go. Because I've already got a plugin in here for Facebook. I need to delete that. And then Android. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Might have to regenerate the Android manifest, but we'll give that a go. That might. Wonder if that's the cause of one of the other issues. Come on. So choosing the FB Unity Editor SDK 7.3. That sounds right. It's not connecting though. Why is it not connecting? Circle. Because we're streaming. There we go. Use the login. This is where we're getting this GUI error. Let's try and build again. It's building this time. Right. While that's doing that, I'll look at something a bit more fun. Actually, I can't do anything while that's building. I can probably give a demo. Yeah, I'll give a demo of the game running on device. So the issue we had before, so this is the existing version that's running on iOS. And the issue we had before is that try and log in by Facebook, it then take me to this login page. I'd fill in the details, hit login, and then rather than it switching back to the app and logging me in, it would switch back to the app and then close instantly. This done button does nothing. Does anyone know who that is? Let's have a look. So the idea of this game is to guess the costumes of people dressed up who've been to Comic-Con and other sort of costume-based events. So it's called Guesswork Heroes of Cosplay. In this case, I think it's safe to say that's Catwoman. We've added this sort of rating feature here so that you can actually rate the person's costume. So I'd say, I don't know, that's a 4-star costume maybe. So rate that. And one of the other nice features in this game is that we've added a slot machine mechanic. So in a lot of these type of games you find that you have lifelines, and the lifelines are shown on the screen, such as a bomb for sort of removing letters, and then maybe an eraser or something for revealing letters. What we've gone for is we still have the standard lifelines, reveal, remove, but we also have 2 clues and prizes. And this is all added into a slot machine mechanic. So if you hit the clue button, what you find is that the slot machine spins, and we'll find out what lifeline it is that we've won. And in this case, it was a remove, so it removed all of the wrong letters from the answer. So if you zoom in there, you can see that's pretty likely to be 4. Okay, who's up next? So this one's a hard one, but I know which character this is. This is the Evil Queen. I probably shouldn't give too many of these away in case anybody actually plays this game. I think my gold's done now, actually. Let me just check that. Okay. Just turn this to build only device. Oh, it's not detecting my device. Oh, it's because it's not plugged into the same cable. So, check that. There's too much waiting in this build process, as it is. Building for Android's a lot quicker, but at the moment I haven't worked out how to get the Samsung S5 to screen share. So once I've worked that one out, I'll do more demos on the Android, I think. Just because it's a lot quicker in this point in time. What's this doing? Still processing symbols. Come on, how long does that take? Okay, we'll come back to that. And while that's all building, we'll switch to Android. And I'll do an Android build. I think we'll find we could probably do an Android build, switch to Android, do a build quicker than we can waiting for Xcode just to build. That said, I'm doing quite a lot at the same time here, so my computer's dying. Turn this off. Oh, is that still building? Fuck yeah, I thought it was finished. Jesus. So there's no much point building that. Okay. Anytime today, computer. Okay, well while that's being slow, I'll go back to showing what I was doing on here. So who's up next? Oh, I think that's pretty easy, that one. Good old Wonder Woman. I assume this is taking longer because I'm doing so much on my machine. Once this is built, I can move on to something more interesting. In the meantime, you can just watch me play the game that we're developing. I know this one. It's not obvious, but what does that guy look like? Tron. So, honestly, I think that one's quite tricky. So for anyone who's just tuned in, we're in the process of upgrading the Facebook SDK for this game, which is called Guesswork Heroes of Cosplay, soon to be available on iOS and Android. Who's that? Oh, stupid question. Princess Leia. Got a 5-star Princess Leia. That's a good costume. Now I know this one, but just to demo again the lifelines. You hit the lifeline button, the slot machine spins, then it awards you with a prize. In this case, it's given us a free letter. Try that again. Another free letter. Yeah, these lifelines aren't weighted at all. Here we go. So we've got a text clue. An extraterrestrial tree monster who initially came to Earth seeking humans to capture and study, was seemingly destroyed by termites used by Leslie Evans. So then, to get back to your clue, you can just go back and forth between your clue. You can have up to two different clues at the same time. This is the copyright information on the top right here, because these are all Creative Commons images. That is Groots. Nobody new in the chat room. Tywin Lannister, Rob Dante in there. Hi guys, how you doing? Just waiting for this project to build for iOS so we can see whether this is actually... This is successfully built now. There we go. Okay, well, in the meantime I'll turn this off. We'll open the project. Slowly but surely. Serious this time. What have I got running? Yeah, see, Reflector and OBS running at the same time is going to kill it. Don't need iTunes open. Turn Reflector off for a second. Speed things up a bit. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like Reflector is a bit of a resource hog. Come on, Xcode, what are you doing? It's taking an age to switch between applications at the moment. So yeah, usually when I stream during the day, I do screen sharing from a Mac Mini, and then the Mac Mini will handle the stream. But in the evenings, I tend to stream from the Mac Pro, MacBook Pro, sorry, and it tends to struggle a little bit when I'm doing a lot. Okay. So let's get this building. Oh, I need to sneeze again. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So this is building. So now we can move on and do something else while this is building. Actually, what we'll do is we'll pump out a Android version. Okay, now with all the windows all sticking. Did that build? Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. I didn't change my key. The password's there. Okay. Oh, the build failed. So somewhere along the lines, the new Facebook SDK has killed this. Okay, why would that be? Message file. I think it could likely be to do with the plugins that we had to remove earlier. So we'll come back to that. Okay, let's get this Android version to build. It's nearly done. Okay. Now, well, like I say, I haven't quite got the Samsung S5 to stream yet to Reflector. I believe it's possible, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I haven't been able to get that to work yet. But once this Android version's built, I'll install that and take a look while we're building the iOS version again. Which I think we may just need to regenerate the plugins for it. I think what happened last time was I had previous plugins in the plugins folder, so when I generated the package, it didn't override those, but we'll see. Oh, my Lemsip's gone cold now. Come on, being slow. This isn't making for very exciting viewing at the moment. Once I've got this working, I can move on and do something a bit more interesting. So we're currently doing some research for our next project, and I've been working on trying to build sort of efficient tile maps using meshes, and that's been quite interesting. There's some more optimization work to do on my initial findings from that. For anyone who's interested, we recently open sourced the framework that this game is built on. It's called Utomic, and there's a link to it in the stream notes. Now, it's early days for the framework, so don't judge me on it. Why did I press don't quit? I wanted to quit. So don't judge me on it, but obviously any feedback is welcome, especially criticism. We've chosen some paths that other people might not choose, but we've got a runtime injector for our inversion control system. Not to everyone's liking. Okay, build success. So we now have an Android build. Just DB install. And where was that? Oh, it is ADB. Oh man, I swear I'm dyslexic sometimes. There we go. While that's doing that, let's switch platforms. Come on. To be fair, if the iOS version broke, the Android version is quite likely to break as well. But we'll see. It succeeded. Oh, wrong app. There we go. Let's try the Facebook login. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't see this bit on the Android phone just because I haven't yet got screen sharing working from Android to my Mac. I'm working on that. I'm using Reflector 2, which apparently should handle should handle that, but alas, I've yet to get it working. Yeah, this summer definitely broke. I should probably have tailed the log. What did I type in? Maybe log cat. Yes, Unity. That's right. Isn't it? Or is it capital S? No. Set default. Just needed a space. Yeah, same issue we had on iOS. It can't find these plugins. So what I think is with the Facebook editor settings. So there's a build SDK package, and I think what it is that previously we were getting a conflict between these files here in this Facebook SDK folder and some existing files I had in this plugins folder, which were from the previous Facebook SDK. So I think if I rebuild this now, let's see, we should get our plugins back. We'll stick to Android for a sec, just because it's a little bit quicker. Finished exporting. Which is not valid due to the current state of the object. Okay. So Facebook SDK plugins. No, it hasn't added those plugins back in here, which is interesting. Generate the Android manifest. Do I need a scheme? I think I do at the moment. Okay. Give this another build. I mean, it should definitely run on desktop. Yeah, no problem. Settings. Build. Now we've got to sit through this building again for Android. Anybody else in the chat room? Guess it is 1:30 in the morning here, so not surprising it's quiet. Okay. Got a feeling it'll be a bit quicker this time because I haven't got as much crap open. Excuse me, keep sniffing. I can never remember ADB logcat. Is it taxi to clear? And then I guess Unity. Okay, we'll get that set up. What else is on my task list actually? My task list, mesh, update the SDK, create a video, create more questions, reduce the size of images, meshes, move around the grid. Okay, that's not too bad. Simple task list. Here, do that. It's taking its time. That's the worst thing about streaming when you got to do a build. Because it's so slow. iOS builds are the worst. Android's not too bad, but I guess when you're running OBS and other tools at the same time, it's a massive resource drain. Okay, there we go. That's built. So let's just reinstall that. ADB. Reinstall that. Come on, any time today. There we go. And you guys can have the joy of watching the logs. Okay, we've got the Facebook login screen now. So let's see if this will log me in. It helps if I know my own login details. Excellent. So now we're logged in with Facebook. I don't know if anybody can see that, but we're logged in with Facebook, so we get a little share button that allows us to share what's happening on the screen there. It gives us a little dialog box so that we can share on Facebook. Let's see. Okay, I think I've just posted that onto Facebook. I didn't really want to do that, but now I'm getting an error message. Key not found. Key not found the given key. Not present in the dictionary. Staging guesswork service model dot populate. Oh, hold on. Am I using the staging service? Hold on. Let me check. Oh, really crashed Atom as well. Come on, I can't get a break today. Where's Atom? I'm quite excited to see IntelliJ getting into the C# IDE business. I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they produce. What did they call it again? Let me see. I did make a note of it. I made a note. What's it called? Project Rider. Project Rider, yeah. I'm quite excited to see what happens with Project Rider, because there really are no good C# IDEs for Mac. I mean, want to develop Xamarin's a bit better, not by much. Sublime's a nice IDE, and Atom's not far off Sublime really. I use it because I like the idea of it being extensible. Sorry. I'm looking for guesswork templates. Template. It's what you call a folder structure and a half. I think okay. Oh, it was actually the terminal that logged out. Staging guesswork service model. Come on. Staging service. How slow this is inputting at the moment. It's ridiculous. Staging service model. Is that right? Staging guesswork service model. So again, if that was an IntelliJ project, that, you know, just doing this search here would be so much easier. Oh my god, my memory is going crazy. Staging guesswork service model. Yeah. It's just completely useless. I think I'm going to switch back to using Sublime actually, because I'm getting a bit sick of the issues I keep having with Atom. So this is going to be a service related issue. Let's make service. So actually it could be a config issue. Cosplay config. Maybe I'll choose the service. Nope. Switch service. Station. That's a server. So can't find that anywhere. Staging guesswork service model. Let me look in the models. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Staging guesswork service model. So somehow that's being plugged in on the guesswork service feature. Yep, staging model. Why? Let's change that to the live guesswork service model. Yeah, that could be the issue. But I don't know. We'll try it. We'll do another build. Let me check it works here first. A couple of extra guys in the chat room now on live coding. Monfizzle and Denver Cowboy. How you doing, guys? I'm just in the process of upgrading the Facebook SDK inside this game called Guesswork Heroes of Cosplay. It should fail inside here. It was working previously in previous versions of the SDK. It used to give you a nice sort of editor GUI window pop up here and let you put in some sandbox details, and it would appear the new version of the SDK doesn't let you do that, which is nice. So guys, I'm going to have to rebuild this. It's probably going to take a minute or two again. Okay. Okay, what can I talk to you about while it's building? The Android version does build actually pretty quick. Ah, you know what? I've got Premiere open as well. Don't need that open. Come on, Premiere. I swear that didn't show up in here. Yeah, it did, but... Toggle. It doesn't take any resources. Hello there. How is everybody this evening while I'm waiting for my Android build to build? I don't think I'm even connected to the Twitch chat room. Just realised. I think it's even connected. Can't edit in there. How's it going? Not bad. It's not going too bad. I'm just in the process of upgrading my Facebook SDK in this game, and it's causing me a bit of grief at the moment, but it's not the end of the world. To be fair, it didn't work properly before, so that's why we're upgrading. So one of the strange things about the latest Facebook SDK for Unity is that it seems to force browser login so previously it used to allow app switching, so you would be able to hit the Facebook login button, it would then switch to the Facebook app, log you in automatically and switch back. Whereas the latest version, I think since maybe in like October last year, they introduced a new version that now forces you through browser login. Downside to that is that everybody who has never logged into Facebook via the mobile browser before has to input all their login details again, which is far from ideal. Let's get this thing just built. While that's copying across, I will clear the logs. Excuse all my coughing, spluttering, sniffing and whatnot. I've got a dreadful cold. Okay, that's built. It's running. If this was on iOS, I would share the screen so you'd be able to see better, but I've said a few times now I haven't quite got it mastered yet from Android. So that logged me in straight away that time. I'll tell you what I didn't check is whether that first attempt to post to my wall actually succeeded. I should probably check that. I don't want to post the same thing twice. Let me have a look. Okay, yes, it actually successfully posted, even though I got an error in the console. Strange. Okay, well, I'll post it again. And do we get did I forget to run the log? Oh, there it is. Still getting an exception there. Which is odd because it does work. Because the Yeah, it's definitely posted. Yeah, it just posted twice. Interesting. I like this feature in Unity in Facebook, where if I post from a game in close succession, rather than posting it multiple times, it merges the posts together, so it adds the screenshots together. So I don't know if you can really see this, but in this case, two screenshots have been added together. So when you post once, you just get the one image, which I like that. It saves sort of spamming your wall. Alas, I don't know where this exception is coming from though. Although it does seem to be in a different place to previously. So we're now getting an issue with my Facebook service post image complete. A null reference exception. Oops. What is going on with me today? Here we go. I'm having loads of issues with Vatten today as well. Post image complete, can't find. I guess it's because it's actually in method. Again, I think in a more advanced IDE, it would have no problem finding method names or jumping to method names in that sort of quick lookup method. But with Atom, you have to do a find. Okay. Where is that method? Post image complete. I'm getting a null reference exception. What exactly was the exception? Result. File name unknown. So reference, that's set to an instance of an object. So the result coming back here could be empty. So doing a search for result.error could cause the issue. The post image complete will be called from the Facebook API. So that's interesting. Why do I have to comment all this out? Anyway, so let's get user data error.dispatch. It's not so much an error. Success really. So we'll do a check to see if the result is null. If the result's not null, let's assume it succeeds if you get no result at all, because it's not the end of the world. It won't do anything at this point. If there's no error, then it will just close the pop-up and everyone will just assume that it worked. That should remove the error at least. Okay. Is it worth building it again? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to build any more on this evening, I don't think. What time is it? 1:45. I don't think I'm going to get time to do any of his search stuff before I go to bed. So what we'll do is we'll do another Android build. Yeah, we'll do another Android build. At least I can check this task off then. And while it's building, I'll have a chat in the chat room. So what's going on elsewhere on live coding, Twitch, YouTube, etc. this evening? Any interesting streams? Anybody working on anything interesting? Any interesting points of discussion based around coding, C#, Unity, games in general? Feel free to shout out. Admittedly, I'm not checking the log, the chat room every 2 minutes, but while this is building, I'll be checking it a lot more often. Tell you what I will do. I'll just have another read through the notes on the SDK changes. So upgrade to 730. Please delete the following folders and files prior to importing the latest SDK. So I deleted. Yeah, that's the one I forgot to delete, and that I think caused me some pain. In fact, I forgot to delete all of those as well. I deleted the top two, but I forgot about the rest. But other than that, it doesn't look like there's any breaking changes. Breaking change, move the location of Unity plugin files. Explicit refresh access tokens. Fix the crash. Okay. Let me also check. Actually, I better not do this while I'm streaming. Thinking about it. We'll come back to that. This is nearly built, so while that's building, I will clear the logs. Oops. So I've already branched on the Facebook branch. That's just completed. Let's reinstall. Okay, that's done. What we'll try is, we'll try resetting our account. No, we won't. We'll post again to Facebook. And tell you what, I'll answer a question first. So I keep posting the same picture. This is Evil Queen. So you can see what's going on. And I'll post a different picture. Okay. That's successfully posted. Still getting a null object reference. Post complete. Did it still post? Ah. Now it's changed the image to be 3 photos next to each other. So rather than creating 3 posts. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we're still getting a null reference exception. In post image complete. Object reference not set to words. Oh, excuse me, it's getting late. Okay, so where's this exception coming from? It could be that I'm dispatching potentially something null, but that should make a difference because the signals that I'm dispatching whilst being what's the word I'm looking for? Whilst they are typed, they are not strictly typed, so they will flag that you've passed something through that is not expected, but it will still allow them to pass through, so it's non-blocking. Again, I am making a reference to error there, but that's once you've got into that block. I mean, I should log out what result is. This is a right pain that I have to do this on device now. I don't understand why the test isn't working in the editor. You previously used to be able to hit the Facebook login button in the editor and get a little dialogue. I mean, I think it was faked. I don't think it truly logged you in. Is this doing anything? Yeah. Can we call functions from inside on GUI? I think this is actually coming from Facebook's own code here. Edit Facebook mock dialog. So, but that's coming from Facebook. Is it from the editor? Facebook editor, editor Facebook. Editor. Facebook mock dialog. This is Facebook's provided mock dialog, and this is what should show up when you're attempting to log into Facebook inside of the editor. It basically gives you like a dummy login field, and then you can retrieve a key from Facebook to log in with. I think they normally last like 24 hours. So it's getting in. Null reference exception. I don't know why I'm bit debugging Facebook's code, but I figure it'd be a lot easier if I could do this in the editor. Line 90. So, GUI layout. Oh, I see. So, okay. because GUI layout's being called, all of this stuff should be done on GUI. Is on GUI dialogue even a thing? Have they made that up? I think I've heard that before. Oh, okay, so the modal window is calling this method from inside on GUI. But Unity doesn't seem to be liking that for some reason. Apply style settings. GUI layout entry. Style settings. Wonder what that's about. I don't know enough about the old GUI system to be able to effectively debug that. I mean, I could probably comment all this out and see. Everything's running so slowly on here. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm not going to waste my time trying to fix someone else's code that I don't understand. So what we'll do is instead, I'm going to set this up to do an iOS build, and I think that will be it for today. And then hopefully I can pick up with the more interesting stuff another day. It's such a shame that I didn't get round to doing some more R&D this evening. Largely because that's where the fun stuff is, you know. This is an older game. I say an old game. It's been a game that's been sort of slowly progressing in the background over the course of the last year. So it's kind of run its course a bit now, this project. It's funny, isn't it? Before a game's even launched, you start to get tired of it. And I think that's never a good sign. That's never a good sign. I think if you're still excited by a game before it's launched, then it might do well. But we'll see, you never know. Okay, let's build. And replace. Okay. I think we'll call it a day. So that's yeah. Apologies for the lack of interesting content today. Hopefully, the next stream we'll be able to get down to some more interesting tech. Okay, well, that's me signing off.